If you think about the way a company runs, I think most people take accounting back office for granted, and they just know there's a bunch of people back there doing a bunch of stuff. Well, when you start getting into the outsource world and you actually have to process map, AP, AR, record to report, general ledger, what you'll find is there's a lot more things going on than anybody ever thought there was. And so when you can take that entire process stack and just hand it to somebody for a monthly fee, to me, that is the absolute best of the best, right? Because I'm buying a service, I'm not buying headcount. And so from a company perspective, it makes my life incredibly easy. We actually use Act 2 much more as a partner than we do a vendor. One of our guiding tenets was we're all going to be on the same software, and if I need to hit it from the office or my house to go look at an account or whether a vendor's been paid, I don't want to have to go log into something that someone else is keeping. I want all one system across the entire enterprise, and so that's actually what Act 2 and Intact gives us is everybody's in the same system. I can see exactly when something was put in, and so everybody sees the same thing all the time, and I think that's why we're as efficient as we are. Our arrangement with Act 2 right now is we outsource essentially all of our accounting back office, accounts receivable, accounts payable, all the procurement, general ledger, cash balances, and essentially I just keep a CFO. So our CFO is the governance around the outsourcing. And so he focuses more on controls and actually data than he does process. So all of our accounts payable, all of our accounts receivable go straight to Act 2. They book them in, they put them in. It's just easy. So we don't even have an inbound AP address. We send it straight to Act 2, which I think is very handy. One of the nice things about having kind of a high-powered CFO in a startup is they understand the end game. And so we actually started with the end game in mind. So I said, look, if we're in 20 states, we're doing hundreds of units, we've got thousands of parts, in inventory, I want to make sure that we don't ever stumble. And so we actually kind of took what we thought was a very complicated business and process mapped it backwards and just said, look, we're probably not going to need all this horsepower today, but 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when we do, I don't want to have to go through this exercise again. I'd really rather just set it up from day one, and then we'll ease into it. And so because we did it kind of from end to beginning, we've been able to not touch those processes along the way, and it's helped us grow quite a bit. So as we grow, we have like no growing pains.